I am a passionate person with spirituality. I always have been. I grew up actually in a very conservative Baptist church in mid-Iowa. And, I'm not going to ever put any sort of denomination down or a belief system down. I believe it gave me a really great foundation with connecting with the God inside of me. However, I did feel like it held me back. When I was 17, I left home and started in some of the Eastern philosophy with yoga especially. And for many, many, many years, decades actually, I was a practitioner of a yoga practice that actually developed who I truly am, I believe. And I kind of walked away from it several years ago, because I wanted to make that connection more with some of my early teachings, which were the teachings of Jesus. And so I kind of incorporate both Eastern and Western spirituality together. That's who I am. And I feel like Unity gives me that opportunity to both teach and practice both Eastern philosophy and that Western philosophy that we have in what we call Unity.
And tell us about your family. How many kids do you have and grandkids? Tell us about that.
I have 5 children of my own. However, I did raise 7 kids altogether, so I was a pretty busy guy growing up in my early adult life, and all of my kids. That's one of the greatest pleasures and responsibilities of my life, was to be that father, to be that dad, to be able to have my kids tell me that they love me and they want to be around me and they want my advice. And that's the biggest compliment that I could ever receive, is to make that connection with my own children and with those that I did raise. Oh boy, I found Unity back in the mid-'80s, actually. I lived about 100 miles away from here, and I was a teacher in the Mountain View Birch Tree School District. And in the little community that I lived near, it was very conservative, and I'm of much more liberal persuasion and openness, and metaphysical just flows through my body. And so I knew about Unity just from reading and from other friends, and I would make the drive 100 miles on a few Sundays to come here. That's how I was introduced to Unity of Springfield.
What is one of your favorite Unity principles and why?
To act. I feel like sometimes we don't carry through with a lot of the things that we feel, the things that we believe, the things that we're passionate about. Sometimes it takes that extra oomph to get over the hurdle and to really make it work. And so I think to act is my favorite, and I feel like here at Unity of Springfield, that is one thing that we do, is we act. We are all about the love and all about the camaraderie, but we act. We are out there, and so to act.
What are some of your favorite memories at Unity?
Oh, I love having all the projects and getting together with other people and making those connections. You know, whether it's going out and cleaning up on a Saturday twice a year, or Planet Unity, or whether it's with the cold weather shelter or the yard sales, or any of the events that we hold in our front yard, or just any time of year. I think getting together and getting to know each other and making connections that's my favorite memory, and they're all valuable. I can't put one over the other.
And why should someone come to Unity of Springfield?
Because they're going to love it. Once you step inside these doors, you can just feel the love. You can feel the beauty that we all carry inside of us, that God that we carry inside of us. And, I'm not saying that we're better than any other church, but I do believe if you can feel that kind of connection that we have here, I think you would be maybe surprised, but very happy. I think I'd want people to realize that there is something greater than our own small self. And I think we can tap into that greater part of ourselves. And I think if people can see that and make that kind of connection in their own being while they're here, that's the greatest joy that there is. And so I would hope that everybody can get that.
And a fun question, when did you know that Sue was the one?
That is a long story. However, to make it a short story, it was actually on our first date. And I didn't even know it was there until we were going out for coffee, and I had been told previously, and what I felt like were messages from the divine that I was going to be totally surprised and I was going to find my life partner. And this is when I took my bicycle ride across the country. And so I was making a connection with Sue, as I did many other people back then. And when we sat down, I heard this voice say, "Well, are you surprised?" And it was like, whoa! That was the moment that I knew that we were going to be together. And I didn't realize it was going to happen so fast, but it did. And that's another great blessing. And it's one of those things in life where, that joy comes and you're just so grateful for it.